Camilla Bell, mother of 9-year-old Yusuf Bell, had long been one of the most outspoken voices. She never believed Wayne Williams killed her son. She insisted Yusuf's case was mishandled from day one. No physical evidence, no confessions, no justice. He was a bright child, she said. He sang in the choir. He didn't run away. Someone took him, and someone got away with it. Frida Jones, whose brother Patrick Baltazar was found strangled in a vacant apartment, spoke quietly during a 2020 memorial. People say time heals. I say time forgets. But I never did. Not one day. The city invited surviving relatives to town halls and healing sessions, where many told their stories publicly for the first time in decades. Some wept. Others remained stone-faced. A few said they were finally ready to forgive. Not the killer, but the system that failed them. A recurring theme emerged. It wasn't just that the murders had happened, it was how the victims were treated. As though they didn't matter. As though they were collateral damage in a city obsessed with progress. Some parents had died without ever seeing justice. But their children's names lived on in the voices of their siblings, cousins, and communities. For them, the reinvestigation wasn't about indictments or DNA. It was about memory, the legacy of the lost. The Atlanta child murders had become more than a criminal case. They had become a symbol of systemic failure, racial trauma, and the resilience of a community that refused to be silenced. Even decades later, the story reverberated across American culture. In 2010, acclaimed author James Baldwin wrote unfinished notes about the case before his death, calling it a mirror held up to Black America's disposability. In 2019, HBO's Atlanta's Missing and Murdered: The Lost Children reignited public debate. Donald Glover's award-winning series Atlanta featured a chilling, fictionalized subplot inspired by the murders. Musicians like Outkast and Killer Mike referenced the era in lyrics about growing up in Atlanta under fear. Perhaps the most important legacy was education. Atlanta's public schools added the case to civil rights curriculum. Local teachers used it to discuss policing, media bias, and the value of Black lives. Memorials were erected, not massive monuments, but quiet plaques, murals in alleyways, candlelit shrines on the corners where children once walked. A small museum exhibit, Children Taken, opened in 2022 in the historic Sweet Auburn district. It featured sneakers, old-school photos, and voice recordings from survivors. One plaque read, "They were children, not statistics, not suspects, not runaways. They mattered." Even in death, the children had reshaped the city. They forced Atlanta to reckon with its